Welcome everyone to Chicagoland Speedway here tonight for race number 9 on the season layout for the McDonald's fun at Chicagoland Speedway. And this track is always wild, been here multiple times at this point. It's a staple on the JBL Cup Series, and we will have race number 9 right on tonight. But first, we got Uncharted qualifying here in Charlotte, Illinois, and unfortunately this track is no longer a thing in real life, but here on it still is, and it is going to be a fantastic one here tonight. First up, we got Uncharted qualifying, and for the second time this season, I got Alex Graham up here in the booth. Last time up in the booth, we were at Las Vegas, and we saw a fantastic one right there. And Chicagoland, similar to Vegas in some ways, but it's a totally different lineup, which I think you might see later on tonight here for the McDonald's 400.
Yeah, this is definitely the craziest mile and a half, at least that I've ever had any of my series go to, and probably yours as well. But it's going to be a fun race. It's a very loose, not a very high grip racetrack, and these guys slide around quite a bit. And because of that, you end up with some very good racing around this mile and a half racetrack. But definitely excited to see how it all goes down tonight here for this McDonald's 400.
Of course, McDonald's HQ here in Joliet, or near the Chicago area. Both 2011 machines are sponsored by McDonald's. Mel Clifton is one in the McDonald's money line, and then Josh Benson's one in McDonald's. So hopefully that doesn't get too confusing. But Philip Lejean the third, Trent Green, and Eric DeRue, those three were the 3 Uncharted drivers that were in the All-Star race last time out here on MS Racing 97, and it was a wild one, as it always has been. And Logan Williams won the All-Star race, and it's going to be interesting of who can make it here for the first points race back after the All-Star race. But why not? It was currently fastest with 28.861. And Chicagoland, it's a narrow racetrack compared to what it was in real life, and compared to what some other versions are. Very narrow Chicagoland. 3 wide is sketchy, but there is 2 different lanes, the outside and the inside lane. So that's going to be very interesting of what ends up happening all night long, of what lane works out the best. Right now it is still Eric Drew, the fastest guy in town, and this might be why he's drafting with Will Parrish from Will Parrish, and then number 26 might get a fast lap here next time by getting the draft off of Eric Drew in number 9-1.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where you can definitely get a pull off of the guy ahead of you, so these guys are definitely going to be trying to do that here in Uncharted qualifying, and how many make it in again? Top 4?
Yep,
top 4. So you definitely want to have a fast time here, especially considering that less than half of the guys make it in. So we'll have to see if that 26 can, in fact, pull it off here.
And the 26 of Will Parrish, surprisingly, does not really do a fast time. I think he lost the draft for a little bit of Eric Drew, because Eric Drew did the fast time of the session with a 28.2, and now 28.1. These times are getting faster and faster here at Chicagoland Speedway. And Eric Drew up to second, and it is transferring Eric Drew, Darren Kahn, and Ronald Kennington the top 4 as of now. And there's some tire here about a second and a half, but right now these tires keep on getting better and better a couple laps into this session. And transferring fastest here in town, and unfortunately Will Parrish, who I think tried getting the draft off of Eric Drew, didn't really work out, but now the tires might be falling off, and Will Parrish might get a draft off of him. And now Darren Ton goes fastest, and that's why he got draft off the 27. And we got a 3-car group right here with Ton, Green, and Lejean the third. And right now is Ton and Twins Green. Both of these two are in the show as of now.
Yeah, the big trick is getting a pull off of someone when you're a little ways behind them and you actually drive up towards them. That's when you get that speed, and when you're just behind somebody, you're not really getting as much of a pull, you're not actually gaining all that time in all that space. So, once we saw the 62 do that, that was probably the fast time that we were going to see out of them. So, it's going to be interesting to see if these guys improve their times. The tire wear will definitely come into effect at some point, but like you mentioned, like that third lap is usually going to be the best lap on a track like this, as these guys kind of wound up their times here. It's a very momentous racetrack. You got to have that line kind of going to your advantage, and you got to be in the right place to really get the best lap here at Chicagoland.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique racetrack, also with that bend down the backstretch that creates some more of that momentum. And We have to see if that ends up making the second lane being the place to be, because of the backswitch bend and just killing all of the momentum. Looks like the times are starting to settle in. Will Parrish, he's gone. What did Will Parrish go? Oh, he pulled it down pit road. He upped his third for Will Parrish, and he came down straight down pit road. And I guess he does not think that a 28.273 is going to be good enough. And with 4 minutes and change still left in the session, he's just going to take 4 tires now and go back out at some point. Smart strategy from Will Parrish, but right now it is Khan, Green, Parrish, and Ruiz, the top 4. And now a little bit of passing practice here with Trans Green and Clark Bushall the third, and a little preview potential here tonight.
It's going to be interesting to see how the racing is, but I think we're getting a taste of it right here. That inside lane sometimes gets the advantage. And to be fair, that's really the only time we ever see passes getting made on this racetrack, but the outside lane tends to get a little more dominant, so that makes it very interesting and very unique around the field, especially as a run goes along and the tires wear out, and you really have to strategize your move if you're going to be able to make a pass on somebody ahead of you. But you saw right there, and the 62 helped out that 27, and they will get around the 55 right there and make that pass work.
And that's going to be, I think, one of the ways of getting around this racetrack. And Club Patrol, the third guy, won off of turn number 4, trying to make the inside lane work. But look at Stellington closing the lane as best as he can here at Chicagoland. And he was able to hang on to the 55 behind him. And we are seeing the multi-crew racing here at Chicagoland here in this Uncharted qualifying. And I think these guys are saying, you know what, I don't think we're going to improve on our times. And especially for like Darlington and Twin Screen, they're 1-2. And I feel like they are very, very safe on making it. And they're just trying to feel of what they might expect in the McDonald's one delay on tonight. And I don't think it will change that much. I think Tom's going to be safe. I think Green's going to be safe. Don't know about the 26 of Parrish or Ruiz. Have to see if anyone else decides to do what Will Parrish is doing. He's going back out there with full fledged tires. I don't think anyone else is on pit road though, so I think that might just seal it here for Uncharted qualifying. I think the 4 that are in will be the ones making it into the show here tonight.
We'll have to see if that's the case. There's still 2 minutes left, but, you know, like I said, as the session goes along, you get those worn tires, you really don't see those faster times. So basically, these guys just kind of practicing here, but only the top 4 advance on. So I would come down the pit lane, get some new tires, and get back out there and actually try for another lap if I wasn't in the top 4. But these cars don't know they have to be in the top 4. So one downside about doing a session like this, but either way, definitely excited to see how it all goes down for these guys later on tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. We've had a lot of night races. The middle part of the season, I guess you can say, having a lot of night races. We had the 600, of course. We had Darlington. We had All Stories. Now here at Chicagoland. Next time out at Michigan will be during the day because that track does not have lights. But then we are racing at Texas for the first time since season number 1. Brand new resurfaced Texas in a new layout. That's gonna be underneath the lights. And then Martinsville after that, that's gonna be underneath the lights. So a lot of night races lately, and a lot of night races still left to come throughout the next 4. And then I believe the last 3 or 4 races of the regular season are gonna be done in a day. So these guys, they've all had a lot of night races, and they keep on dealing with these night races. But it's really cool to see these sections underneath the lights, and so far, it's looking like we might have a really good McDonald's one. The first time having high-speed horsepower back here at Chicagoland since, I believe, season 2. For season 3, we did the 550 package. So, it's gonna be interesting of what happens here, and not a lot of time left. Still no one really coming down pit road. And I think this is gonna seal it in qualifying. These guys gonna have a little bit more time. But it looks like it's going to be Darren Time, Grant Green, Will Parrish, and BB Webb making it into race 9 of the season. And for the McDonald's 400.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think anyone's going to advance on. Even though there's 30 more seconds left in the session.
And I think that's gonna do it. No one, the only one that came down pit road was Will Parrish, and didn't even need to come down pit road, but he just decided to do it. So I think that's gonna do it here. Just have to wait for the session to wrap up. No one else on four first tires, no one else coming down pit road. And Daniel Tan, not made a lot of starts this season, but he's gonna be the fastest guy in town for Uncharted qualifying, and he's gonna make it into the McDonald's 100 along with both Team Hesper colors. That's one of the 3 times that team's done that this season, so good job for them. And the BBUS will also make it into the McDonald's 100 underneath the lights here tonight near Chicago, Illinois. And that should do it right now. And it is. So it will be those top 4 of Ton, Green, Parrish, and
Drivers,
Wes here
to your cars.
that will make it into the race number 9 and for the McDonald's 100. Well, Alex, we kind of saw a preview. What do you think we might see for race 9 later on tonight?
I think we're going to have a lot of wrecks. It's something that happens a lot here, but hopefully we don't, and hopefully they actually do string out and we actually get ourselves a good race. But we're going to see a lot of interesting moves being made. It's a very unique racetrack, at least compared to the mile and a halfs, and they're going to be all over the place on the racing surface. So definitely going to be a wild race, and looking forward to it for 67 laps later on the night.
It's going to be a fun one. Race number 9 on the season. Getting down crunch time, only 6 races left before 7 races left, I should say, before the race to the chase, and have to see what happens. See the first race after the All-Star break. And for Alex, we will see you guys next time later on tonight for the McDonald's 400 at Chicagoland Speedway.